So in this video, we'd like to take a look at how to set up Spirio for first-time use. What can we do with the piano at home in addition to listening back? If you have one of the record models, how can we record, edit, play back your own playing? Spirio offers a broad range of possibilities for your family that bring a true fourth dimension to your home, really make the instrument come alive, and fill your home with music. So for some general setup, first, we want to make sure that we have grounded, surge-protected power for the piano. We have some form of internet at home. Wi-Fi is great. Ethernet is fantastic as well. All right, so welcome to your Spirio iPad, and you've now set up your iPad the way you would any other iOS device at home, as well as plugged in your piano. A good best practice would be to go to the settings application, make sure that Bluetooth is turned on, and Wi-Fi is also turned on. Select the Wi-Fi network of choice. Make sure that under General and Software Update, your iPad is up to date. Then go to the App Store and download an application called Spirio, S-P-I-R-I-O. When we look for Spirio, it looks like this. It says Steinway Spirio, with Steinway Musical Instruments being the developer, and we can download the application or open it. When you open the application for the first time, go ahead and plug your piano in and wait approximately 30 to 60 seconds for the piano to boot up. When you first open the Spirio application, it's going to prompt you for your Spirio ID. This comes with your purchase of a Spirio piano from an authorized Steinway & Sons dealer. The first time you get your piano, it's going to download that content. Once the Spirio ID is entered, it will look something like this. In the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see there's a settings cog, and there's a Bluetooth logo that's gray. This is what it will look like before you've connected to your piano for the first time, or if it's disconnected. Could be that the piano is unplugged, or that it disconnected from the iPad. So we click that settings cog in the bottom left-hand corner, and then we go to piano connection at the very top, and we take a look at which pianos are available. So we're going to go ahead and select the piano sitting right in front of us here, which is a Model B. Now that we've connected, I'll go ahead and press the X to get out of the settings menu, and you'll notice that next to the settings cog, we have a blue Bluetooth logo. So the way this is designed to function, if you reboot your iPad, look what happens. The Spirio app remembers the last piano that it was connected to, and you'll now notice that the gray icon is flashing. And if the piano is plugged in, within seconds, the application should automatically connect to your piano. So once your piano is linked with your iPad, they will stay connected. You shouldn't need to reconnect the iPad with the piano unless there's some kind of an update that happened with your iPad or if the piano was rebooted. The next step is to make sure your piano is connected to a network. To connect using Wi-Fi, go to Piano Settings, then select Connect Piano to Network. From there, select your Wi-Fi network. Make sure that you select the same network your iPad is connected to. You also have the option to connect using a wired Ethernet connection. On the left side of the piano, you'll find a small controller box where you can plug in an Ethernet cable directly. The way that I love to test the network capability and to make sure that everything is connected correctly is to go to Piano Update. The piano should either say current version, Spirio piano is up to date, or that an update is available. If you're on the piano update screen and there's a loading wheel here and it's taking a while to populate any information, that means that the piano is not currently receiving internet. So what I would do in that case is close the application, open it back up, go to Settings, Piano Update, and make sure that it says current version. That's our goal. You can also connect the piano to a television or any display with an HDMI port. The HDMI port is located on the piano's controller box. Connect your HDMI cable to the piano, then connect the other end to your display's HDMI port. If we go to the catalog section here, and when you press sync now, it'll go through and synchronize the music and then the video, ensuring that the piano's solid-state drive contains all the data from the latest update. Steinway releases new music for Spirio on the first Friday of every month. Doing this quick sync of the catalog after Steinway's update ensures you have access to all of this incredible new music. Now, if we go out of here and then we go into our video pane on the left-hand side, we'll see lots of videos. And when a video is downloaded, we can take the video and we can press it and it will play. and you'll see that there's a little camera icon with a play logo. If a video is not downloaded, you'll notice that there's a down arrow there, and you just tap the upper right-hand corner of each of the video tiles to download the videos that you'd like to have on your iPad. All right, so now we'd like to listen to some music. So I'd take you on a quick tour of what the playback functionality of Spirio is. Just right off the bat, if we want to search Beethoven. If we scroll down here and we'd like to listen to Stanislav Grostenko's second Beethoven Sonata, second movement, you just tap the song and it starts playing. While it's playing or while it's paused, you can scrub, you can change to different sections of the piece, like this. Now, while this is playing, if I go down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll notice this slider. If I bring this down, it actually brings the dynamics down, right? If we're listening to some jazz and not Beethoven or something like that, we might want to put it on quiet play so it becomes a more mellow dynamic for background music, right? So typically here, if we're at full dynamic range all the way to the right, this is the way it was recorded. This is true to the full performance. To favorite a song or video, simply tap the heart icon at the bottom of the screen. To favorite a playlist, tap the heart icon at the top of the screen while viewing that playlist. In the bottom right-hand corner, we have our Now Playing section, similar to Now Playing in other music applications. You can clear the tracks that are there. You can add various tracks. What you're playing currently will show up here. If you start a large playlist, you'll see it populate here. So up here, music, that's our home base. It's kind of like the home button. If we want to get rid of that tiled view and expand this a little bit more, we don't want this menu. We just press, as they call it in the coding world, the hamburger right here. So that closes that menu off. We have some home playlists to explore. If we press new and featured, that's what this world is. New and featured gives us all of these home playlists. If we press genres, we'll have generic genres such as classical or jazz and different kinds of jazz. Say we want to listen to American Songbook, we want to listen to Cocktail. And the beauty is, with all the music that's here, and if you take your finger and you scrub it along the right side, you can go through the alphabetical options here. This is 6 hours of music right here, just in Cocktail, and you can put it on shuffle play and just have it play American Songbook. So we back out of that, we look at performers. We can see the artists that are featured in the catalog alphabetically. These are Steinway artists. Like, let's say we take Bill Evans, or let's say we take Horowitz, right? You'll see SI next to the performer. SI means Steinway Immortal. And so Steinway Immortal recordings are recordings that have been converted from their original audio format into the Spirio format, where Steinway spends countless hours working with artists, recording engineers, musicologists, to reverse engineer historic recordings and put them into the same format that the piano can understand. And so you might have Vladimir Horowitz or Thelonious Monk or Duke Ellington playing on your instrument. As we scroll down to favorites, this is where any songs, videos, or playlists you've favorited will appear. If you purchased a Steinway Spirio R, it comes equipped with Spiriocast technology right from the factory. So Spiriocast allows you to enjoy live concerts or on-demand performances from different time zones, bring it right to your living room. We're going to take a look at how to set up the Spiriocast account, how to look for new content that's coming up pretty much every week, how to access the on-demand catalog, and for those of you who play or maybe take piano lessons as well, how you can go live, you can broadcast to your friends, how you can have remote piano lessons, almost like a piano FaceTime call. It's important to remember that your creation of the Spiriocast account needs to be from the Spirio app and under the Spiriocast pane. Now, all you have to do is press sign in and create an account. And so once you create your account, not only will you have access to Spiriocast, but you'll also have access to Spirio Cloud. So this account is everything Spirio for you that allows you access to the live concerts as well as the files that are on your piano. Once you fill in your information, Steinway will send you a verification email. Once you confirm your email address, you'll be able to log on the piano. You can press Remember Me if you're the only one using the piano. Upper left-hand corner, you can see your user profile. You can also reset your password from here. You can see your username. Key thing here is now you have access. You can see the next upcoming cast. This is going to be in 3 days. Some of the encore casts are events that have happened already. And so some of the larger concerts that happen in great concert halls we may have limited access to, or you might find long-term access in the on-demand section. My Spiriocast is when you plan your own. If you choose to cast out to your friends, we use this in institutional use or for teaching a lot. The Spiriocast preview is something that you'll see here at our store. This is kind of a sample, a library of short clips that we use, particularly in our institutional work, to take a glimpse into teaching and learning from Spirio. If we took a look at Jeremy Dank, you'll notice him sitting at the piano, and then you'll hear him just talking through the iPad speakers. Right, so it becomes an interaction from the artists to you, and some of the Spiriocasts have components like this. If one were to set up a Spiriocast in advance and invite contacts or guests, you could do that. I've done this with some of our retail clients. You could also have a concert in your home and broadcast to friends with Spirios. So you're a pianist, or someone at home plays the piano, and you own a Spirio R model, R standing for record. Record for Steinway means capture. The goal was always to create a piano that captures the totality of your playing, your essence, the final point in the playing process. We can record your playing, we can edit it, we can play it back in real time, we can see the visuals. We'll take a look at all of that together. So we press the record tab. If you want to record with something similar to a click track, you can actually turn a metronome on by toggling it on and off. And you can toggle whether or not you want a count off, like a measure for free, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it starts. And then you can toggle if you want it to give you an accent every 4 beats. Or if you don't want any accents at all, I would just put 1 and a tempo. All right, so now that we've played, we can discard it if we don't like it, and we can save it. You'll notice the volume control down here, but now we have a few different things. Full dynamic range is as it was recorded. If you happened to bring the volume down on something else you were listening to, you want to make sure that you bring this all the way back up to full dynamic range so that you can hear your playing as it was recorded. You can actually adjust the speed of your playback in real time. And then when you enter a new piece, it'll reset that playback speed back to 100. So I could discard this and record another one. In this case, we're going to save brand new instrument. There's nothing else on here. This is the opening of a Brahms sonata, so we're going to go ahead and just title it Brahms, and then press save. You can also create folders from here if you'd like. At the upper right-hand corner, let's say today's folder is Tuesday. So I'm going to create a folder called Tuesday, and I can put it right into that folder. Now I can create a new recording, and we can start all over again, or I can edit the composition. I think what we're going to go ahead and do is press edit. The benefit of something like this is it gives us the ability to work with our playing, not just capture it, but we can take individual components such as the pedals, for instance, and we could say, what would it sound like without pedal, and remove it, right? We could say, well, I'd like to take the lasso tool, and I'd like to take just that scale right there, and I want to make that scale a little bit louder. Each individual note has tremendous data that can be edited. Every event in piano playing as a percussion instrument has a start time and also has a duration. All these notes that are more orange, they're more forte, they're louder. All the notes that are more white, they're softer. So it's like a color map of this piano roll capture of your playing. Bottom right-hand corner, you can save. I recommend save as if you're making any meaningful changes. Or you can duplicate the file in the file browser before you start editing if you want to keep the original one pure and unedited. For institutional use, if you were to make edits in this and save it, it would show that the file has been edited. And so that's great for integrity for competitions and auditions. If you want to hear a song in a different pitch, or if there's a collaborative accompaniment or something like that that you would record and like to hear in a different key, you can press transpose and shift up by a half step or by one piano key at a time. You can also change the overall dynamics if you felt that your playing overall was too loud or it's being played back on a piano where the room is softer or the room is louder. You can change those dynamics too. If we go to My Music, I'm already logged into my Spirio Cloud, which is the same as tapping up here and logging into your Spiriocast account. It's the same account. Now, if we tap Contacts, this is your contact catalog where you can share files with your contacts directly from the piano. You can also email them directly from the piano. Spirio piano shows you what's local to the piano itself. Remember, everything under here is located underneath the piano. Everything located under here is located underneath your cloud. So if I collapse Spirio cloud, you'll see these are all of my folders. If I collapse Spirio piano and then uncollapse it, we can see we made a Tuesday folder and my Brahms piece is there. So I can easily tap it and play back. We can see when it was recorded, how long it is. The 3 dots on the right-hand side are very important. So you can add it to favorites or you can add it to a curated playlist. If you don't want to add it to a playlist or favorites and you just want to tack it onto the play queue in the bottom right-hand corner, you can do that. If you want it to be the next thing that plays, and by the way, this is something you can do with many things in the catalog, you can press play next. So if I take you back to our music section and we take this Broadway piece right here, we have the same options: add to favorites, add to playlists, add to play queue, or play it next. So going back to my music, we found the file. If you press move, you have a few options. Really, if you have multiple folders within Spirio, you can move it to a different folder. Or if you have a USB stick formatted FAT file format, you can plug it into your piano and copy it onto the USB stick. The best way really to get the file off the piano is to go to the bottom and press upload to cloud. And now if I upload this file to cloud, if I don't select a folder, it'll just upload it to my main root directory. However, if I select a specific folder, it'll put it into that folder. Rename, self-explanatory. Edit takes us back into that editor that we were in. Delete is delete. Overdubbing allows you to create another recording over it, which means that, say you wanted to play a 4-hands piece with yourself, or you or someone at home is learning hands separate. Maybe they record the left hand, and then they want to practice the right hand and then record the right hand on top of the left hand. What would happen when you press overdubbing is it'll play back your original recording, and anything additional that you record will get layered on top of that. And composers use that to create amazing works. Convert to gives us the opportunity to convert to a MIDI file. MP3 is something that you're more likely to use, and when you do that, the piano's mind is actually going to go through and play through what you played. Steinway has created a sampled version of what they believe a Steinway should sound like. You can actually upload that to cloud. You can log into Spirio Cloud on your device, download it, and you can listen to it in the car. You can listen to it on the speakers. So if I take this file, for instance, let's take both of them. Let's take the LXP file. So I'm going to upload that file to my cloud. I'm also going to upload this MP3 to my cloud. Then I'm going to go ahead and go over to Safari. We're going to go to spiriocloud.steinwayspirio.com. We want to make sure that we capture this URL in your favorites. It's not something that you can search for. And you're going to go ahead and put in your credentials. So here under Spirio Cloud, we've got a couple of files. I can select all of them, or I can select individual files. Whenever I select a file, I can do batch functions such as download selected. If I'm selecting multiple files, it'll put it into a zip. If I'm selecting individual files, it'll just download an individual work. I can also take the files. So what we're going to do here in this case, I'm going to uncheck the boxes on the left. This is really for multi-file select. And I'm going to go ahead and download the MP3 with the download icon. It's going to download to Safari right here on the iPad. If you press share from the browser view, you can put in someone's email and they'll get an email from Steinway, and it'll share it from your Spirio Cloud from Steinway. You can also do this from here. If you go to your Spirio Cloud now, so you see here we're on the Spirio piano. In the Tuesday app, we've got the 2 files. But if I tap Spirio Cloud, now we're on the Spirio Cloud, and I can see my 2 files. If I tap the 3 dots here, I can actually email directly from the Spirio app. I don't have to go to the Spirio Cloud. You can put in your friend's email, and it'll actually send them that MP3 right to their email. So going back to the browser, it's the same function. We can put an email in here to share. You can do it from the app, but we've downloaded it, which is the exciting part. If we play back here, you can see the audio data. It's exactly my playing. The benefit of Spirio Cloud is it gives us the ability to access our files, share our files with teachers, with other friends, and to really take the music that we make on this instrument and preserve it and get it off the piano and listen to it in other forms as well. If you'd like to take a deep dive and as a welcome to the Steinway & Sons and M. Steinert & Sons family, we'd love to invite you into the store to spend some time with us, to spend some time with you in your home, to really take a look at how you want to make this piano your Spirio at home, how you want to record with it, how you want to play back, to learn all the secrets. Every month, you're going to see software updates, you're going to see catalog updates as the program evolves, as the repertoire and music evolves. This is a living, breathing instrument that's going to continue to bring you new joy and excitement in your home. Thank you.